Watching right now, which is normal. I wanted to do a video that kind of I wanted to do a kind of a musical. You know, just kind of let everybody know how I feel. I don't know how to use a guitar. I don't know why you string these things. I have no idea how to use a guitar. But nobody's watching this morning because I don't think anybody knows I'm watching. Because I think that it's not live. Because Ryan forgot to put it on public. Unbelievable. Oh no, we got it going. Okay. First, I thought nobody knew we were live. Let's see here. Let's see if anybody sees us. Okay. All right, so I had a very good conversation with Auto World again. And and I'm gonna wait until we have more people watching because I really want people to kind of take a step back. Take a step back and I say things sometimes that I don't always get right. And I wish people would not be so condescending, I guess. I'm going to bring it into song, okay? I want everybody to understand things in a song way, okay? Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? Get along, little doggy. So, we got the new images back that says, the new images say good golf gasoline, okay? That's what it's going to say now. Good golf gasoline. So the tankers will now say good golf gasoline. So I guess that all right, so first of all, some people were calling Auto World and complaining, why didn't Bryan get his samples? And that's not the truth. The truth is that on Tuesday is when we had our meeting, okay? And Wednesday is when I had my fall. And Wednesday is when I smacked my head. And then the following week, I was in bed all week. And then the week after that is when I got the images of the golf. And there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of it from my part. And I really wish people would just, you know, if you have something to say, just be nice about it, and let's just get along. Can we all just get along? If we all just get along, we'll be a lot nicer. I don't know how to use one of these ukuleles. This is we sell these here at the store. Why don't we all just get along? So that is going to be the new golf semi. So today we so I had a meeting yesterday with Auto World, and it actually went pretty well. They are going to be at the they are going to be at the Cleveland show, and they're going to have representatives there at the Cleveland show. And I got to get a hold of Greg Bennett and make sure that I've got to send him all the information of the show, and so they can figure out how they're going to set up and all that kind of stuff. I also explained it to them some of the issues that they might want to look at in the sense of the resistors not being soldered on correctly, and the guide pin or the guide shoes, how these could probably be a little longer, but as you can see, like on this chassis, it's harder. How would you extend that guide pin or make it wider? And that's just a design issue. And the other things, they've already experienced a lot of these issues, and which I already knew is this is the first production. This was the first release, and of course, you when you've got a whole new car coming out, you've got design issues, and then there's people now finding out that these motors are actually much faster than a lot of these other motors. Okay. And so, and what it is kind of like an evolution, an evolution of a new product. Now, we only have one thumbs up, which is kind of pathetic. We should have already 10 thumbs up. So if all you 20 people are watching right now, all you have to do is get out of your chair. I know you probably got a drink in your hand. Put the drink down, get out of your chair and go to your TV or your little remote, and you scroll down and you look for the thumbs up. You want to look for that thumbs up and just push thumbs up, okay? Now you might say to yourself, why do I have to do that? It's all about analytics, okay? It's all about, if they're seeing 22 thumbs up, if they see 42 thumbs up, then that means they'll open up the analytics to where more people will see about my videos. Now, maybe people don't want to see me in my videos, okay? Now, number one, and I wanted to make this very clear this morning, I did not want to do this show this morning because I slept okay, but I didn't want to get up this morning. I wanted to stay in bed a little bit longer. I wanted to sleep a little bit longer, but I knew I had to do this morning because I didn't do one yesterday. And but again, I'm having I wouldn't say I'm having I'm still having dizzy issues. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to at least come in, okay, and do a short story. I wanted to show you that Good Golf gasoline is going to be on the logo on here. And we noticed that, and even Auto World said, even putting that on there, it opened up the truck instead of just having it plain. This is going to be a beautiful vehicle. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a beautiful vehicle. Good morning, Snuggles. I hope you figured out your issues with buying the transformer, because I do have it over here. So if you want to call me when I'm done with the show, we can do it over the phone. Now, and then I brought up some other issues. And I guess somebody had some misunderstandings about iWheels and our exclusives. And Auto World never said, all that Richard said to me was that we would look at the possibilities of doing iWheels in the future. Nothing was confirmed. I wish people would stop sending email. I wish people would stop sending emails to AutoWorld. It gets me in trouble. See, here's the problem, okay? And Richard told me this yesterday, is that I'm a very flamboyant guy. And I told him that. I said, I kind of like in the movie Patton, okay? You remember when Patton has his thing with Bradley? He says, he says, I know I'm a prima donna. And what I can't understand is how Montgomery doesn't, and Patton is saying, yeah, he's a prima donna, okay? Okay, I'll admit I'm a prima donna. I admit that I am flamboyant and I sometimes my mouth can get me in trouble. Now, does that mean that I'm intentionally? No, and I've been doing this ever since I was with all the time, ever since I was a kid. If I saw a problem, I didn't keep it quiet, okay? I wanted people to know so they could fix it, and but AutoWorld, Richard was making fun, not making fun of me. He was making light of, he was commenting about Toy Fair, which I missed because I had my accident. I wanted to go to the Toy Fair. Well, Gene was at Toy Fair, okay? And Gene is from Slot Valley, or from Slot Car Depot, okay? And he was at the show and was speaking highly of me, and that, I'm just kind of a bombastic guy, where Gene isn't. Gene doesn't do a lot of videos, which is fine. That's just the way he is, okay? And that doesn't take away from him and doesn't take from me. I just like to do things to it's just like, can't we all just get along, Can't we all just get along, get along, get along? Why can't we just get along today? I guess if that's any good. All right, hold on a second. Why can't I just get along, get along, get along? So, how do I put this bluntly? It's not that I'm a little cold. I'm turning the heat on a little bit today. Not that I'm fully recovered. Not that I'm fully not recovered. The fact of the matter is, I am not fully recovered. I have some good days and I have some bad days, okay? My bad days are pretty good. Now, I did get my camper out. We got the camper out. We got the camper out. Yes, we did. Because I got to get it all cleaned up. I can't wait to go to Myrtle Beach. You know what I really want to do this summer? I really would love to drive to Mount Rushmore again. I love going to Mount Rushmore. I think it's a wonderful trip. Anyway, okay, so what's happened here? What happened? Okay, so we've got We just placed the last order for the Ratfink set. So we just got 24 more Ratfink sets. Okay. Now, a lot of you might say, well, why do I want to get a Ratfink set? Well, the reason being is that this was discontinued, and we've got the last 24 coming. And if you want to get two cars that are very rare, it's these two cars right here. So if you want to get a Ratfink set on order, you better do it now, because if you don't, you won't get one, because there's only 24 of them left, and I bought them. Okay. Now you might think, well, that's 24. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. There's not a lot. Okay. Another set that is discontinued is the Breeze set. Okay. Again, I bought a bunch of these when I knew they were going to be out, and they don't have any more. So again, I bought like 48 of them. You might say to yourself, well, that's not a lot of sets. No kidding. That's why you should buy one. We have a good quantity of sets. Okay, so if you're wanting to get into slot cars, okay, and don't forget the Good Golf truck, that Good Golf gasoline. I love that logo. That Good Golf. See, we were going to do this one, but they didn't like that. The gas with guts, which I think that should be Golf's logo. That gas with guts. Now they can't use that because they would think someone's going to sue. What they need to do is copyright it before we do. Okay, but that Good Golf gasoline is a good one, and this is going to be on a chrome tanker. I'm telling you, this chrome tanker is going to be awesome looking with that logo on that chrome tanker. Oh my gosh! Give me a whittle so I can piddle. A whittle piddle diddle dee. And we also have the Gold Rush set with the Gold Rush semis. Look at these semis. Aren't these awesome? Trucks. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that just say, hey, I want to buy one of these? Isn't that sweet? Look at that. And then it's got this new amp chassis. And everybody loves the amp chassis. Okay? Everybody loves it. Here's the deal. I finally realized this. Okay? And Snuggles was right. Dan is right. Scott is right. Adam's right. Everybody's right. Okay, in a sense of this, what it does, and this is what Auto World was telling me yesterday, because I kept telling him, I understand you're trying to make this, a cheaper set so that Hobby Lobby. Now Hobby Lobby, they love these new sets. Okay. And that's and it's several factors. It's bringing a new. You constantly have to do something new to constantly be innovating and creating a new item, so to make it exciting. Okay. Now, is everybody going to like these chassis? No, not everybody's. And I asked them. I said, "Are you going to maybe do? Please don't misquote me. Oh my gosh, people are misquoting me all the time." And so I have to watch what I say because I don't want my sayings to get misunderstood, but I have a feeling they are. Please don't misquote me. Okay, I have 36 people watching, and I'm going to sing until I have at least 30 thumbs up. I'm going to sing until I get 36 thumbs up. I'm gonna sing until I get thumbs up. Get thumbs up. Get thumbs up. I want to get 30 thumbs up. Can we get there now? Can we get there now? We've got 12. We need 18 more. 18 more. I need 18 thumbs up. If a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a bone. This old dog came rolling home. I only have 13 thumbs up. It's very simple. All you have to do is get out of your chair. You don't even have to get out of your chair. If you're watching in your computer, just click the thumbs up. It's so easy. I don't know what to oh, Timothy Gizik. My favorite Canadians. My favorite Canadians, for some reason. And I find this funny, actually. And this is all part of the game, what's going on between Canada. It reminds me of this movie that was made, back in the 1980s with Canadian Bacon. I don't know, has anybody ever seen the movie Canadian Bacon? What's going on right now with Canada and the United States, with Carney now, and Trump and all the premiers and everything? It reminds me of the movie Canadian Bacon with what's his name? All the Canadian actors. John Candy, he was Canadian, and they started this movie about Canadian bacon. Oh my guys, it's so funny. They want to go to war with. They wanted to go to war with Canada. Okay, it's so funny. People have to step back and just kind of relax and let this play out. Let this play. Okay, we got 14 thumbs up. Can I get 20 more? Come on, people. How about 15 more? Give me 15 more thumbs up. If I get 15, I won't sing. If I get 15, I won't sing. I won't sing. I won't sing. If I get 15, I won't sing. Yippee-yi-ki-yo, yeah. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yo, yeah. Yippee. And what's really easy is if you're on your phone, if you're watching on your phone, it is so easy to give a thumbs up, So if I go here, and right now I'm watching live. So if I go here, all you have to do is click right here, the thumbs up, right there. Look at now we got 18. All you have to do is, that's easy. That's all you have to do. Now, I'm not going to do thumbs up because that would be a fake promoting. Because I don't need to promote myself because I know how great I am, I keep telling my wife will say to me, I love you, dear. I always say, I know. I know you love me. I know you love me. I'm going crazy. I think this got to me. I think I've got my head messed up. I don't think I'm here already. Oh my gosh. Oh, I give up. We have the rally. Okay, so now let's talk about race sets again. Let's talk about how do we get into racing. I could talk about it until I'm blue in the face. You know what I'm saying? Now we're stuck at 18 thumbs up, people. Seriously. What do I need to do to get at least 12 more thumbs up? What do I have to do? Do I have to strip naked? Do I have to get all my clothes off and just stand here just with no clothes on? Would that get you, would I get me 40 thumbs up? I can take all my clothes off and just stand here stark, raving naked. It's not going to be a pretty sight, but at least, maybe give it up. They never matched. Tap dance, LOL. Oh, hell no. I'm here all day. My mind isn't doing well. My mind isn't doing well. not necessary, Brian. No one needs to see that. Yeah, you're probably right, Robert Fish. I probably standing here wondering if I could get 30 thumbs up, at least 30 thumbs up, 30 thumbs up. Let's vote on it. Okay, let's vote on it. How many want me to strip naked so I could get 40 thumbs up? Now, you're probably saying to yourself, why would somebody want to buy a Monte Carlo with a speaker on top? Well, here's the facts about the Monte Carlo with the speaker on. Fact. This is just a cool looking car. Okay? This is just a neat looking car. Okay? It was awesome. Now, what you can do at home is you can take and add rope to this to make it look more authentic. You can get some thick thread, and you can cut it to where it's going and drill 2 small holes into the roof, and to make it look like you've got, matter of fact, that's what I'll do. I'll do that to show you guys. But this is a cool looking car. Now, are you crazy? Crazy for loving. See, I still have 18 thumbs up. It's amazing. You know, all that talking, and I still don't have 30 thumbs up. You know what it is? I think people just don't want to do it. I just don't think they want to give me thumbs up. I just think that they don't like, they watch it and then they give up and they go back home. Now, yesterday Daniel and I did about 20 videos about some of the new cars that have come out. So you'll see those videos on the live streams. And another thing we talked about, Auto World, is that, you know, doing more deals like with Slot Car Depot, doing more details with them, with maybe Slot Car Central, Cherry Creek Hobbies, doing more collaborations, okay? Which I think is going to be important, okay? Because that keeps. Here's what I want to do. What I'd like to do is to do a set with a bunch of retailers, okay? Get about 3 retailers, and we just go in on sets, on a set. I think we could get 1,000 sets made. I think they would do 1,000 sets for us. And I think that would be really cool. That is an exclusive set, okay? So that's something that, but we're like a year from that right now. We are trying. This is a very volatile situation right now for the U.S. and just everything really generally. I think it's exciting times, actually. I'm amazed how exciting it is right now. And I don't have my other camera here. I forgot to bring my other camera. Well, we finally got 20 thumbs up, okay, which is pretty good, okay, but it's still shy of 41. 41 people are watching. Now, what I've noticed is that I'm not fully alive. Here comes Mac Henry. when do I get my car back? Okay. I am back. I am back. I'm back. Can you see that I'm here? Today is going to be fun. All right, Daniel asked me, Daniel said somebody wanted to know what joke clause are for extraction. And I hate those things standing there. I run into them every freaking time, and I don't know why they put these here. And I think the 60s, I think the 2060s are the extraction, which is the ones I'm out of. 2060s we're out of. AFG plus. The 2060s. Yeah, the 2060s is the AFX G plus. I got to get more of those. Look at that. Did it again. I don't want these here. I don't want these here. Put track out to about here. But all of the Thunderjet, I mean, all of the, like for example, these tires right here, the Tyco 440X2s, these will work fine on your, because these are the AFX. The 2070s. The 2070s would work on the AFX and the 65s also. Actually, no, not the 65s. The 60s. I need more of the 60s. So we have to look at the situation from an open view. We've got OK used cars, SC390. See, now SK390 came out in 2024, I think. Where are my glasses? I have everything on, here we go. So SC390, hi there. My name is Bryan Young. If you don't know, I am Bryan Young. I'm the owner of ProTinkerToys.com, and we are a mom and pop toy store that sells slot cars. And I am the patriarch. I am the father of two millennial sons that I work for. Okay, so this is a nice car. This is a Thunderjet 1967 Corvette coupe. And you get that in black, and you can get it in yellow, I think. No. No. I think it's yellow. No, green. A lime green. No. Black. That's black. I think we only have the black. We do. We only had the black. We only had the black Corvette SC390. Now, somebody just commented. Okay, so Randy QQ, good morning, Bryan of PTT HO Slot Car Formula. So he's really excited today. Bryan is a big cheese. Yes, I am the big cheese. I'm so glad that Robert Fish finally acknowledges that I am the big cheese. Okay. I think that will go a lot to smooth out the Canadian and Bryan Young relations, because we want to keep Canada happy. Okay. See, here's the problem. Well, I won't say it. All right, now number one car of OK Used Cars is probably my favorite of SC390. And I've gone over these before, but nobody seems to want to listen to me. Okay, now like right now I have a headache right up here. I'm not fully recovered. I keep telling myself, yeah, Bryan, you can do it, but you know what? I'm not fully recovered, not at all. Okay, so now here are two really nice cars. Now I don't know why this car does not sell more than it does, because I think this car, it was never done really a lot. Now they did do them with when they did all of the Aurora chassis, but the 1963, guess what car I'm talking about? All right, so I have the car right here. It's a 1963. Guess what car I'm talking about? Can anybody guess? 1963. Can anybody guess? Let's see if Robert Fish can figure it out. Limburger. All right, I'll just tell you. It's the 1963 Buick Riviera. I think these are beautiful cars, the Rivieras. I think they just look nice. They've got a nice body style. I think the colors are nice. I've told you before, the Buick Riviera was my dad's favorite car. Okay, was the Buick Riviera. And that's SC390. We have both of them still in stock. The burgundy and the black Buick Riviera. Okay, and that's SC390. And then the next car of that assortment is the 62 Bel Air. Okay. Now, in '59, a lot of companies were doing dramatic changes to their lineups. Okay. And the 1962 Buick Bel Air was, again, a dramatic design difference. Okay. Now, the problem with it is it completely changed what the car really was about. So if you look at the Bel Air from the 55, even 57, That's a completely different. You basically have changed the car completely, so you might as well rename it something completely different because it's not the same car. People are looking at the 55 Bel Air and go, okay, that's 55 Bel Air. Now they're looking at the 62 in Bel Air and they're saying, well, that doesn't look like a Bel Air. So call it something different, okay? But these are beautiful cars. You got the red one with the red tires and the tan with the tan rim body. Beautiful, a great addition to a collection. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Bel Airs. That's car number 2. Car number 2. And then car number 3 was the Corvette, which I showed you. And then this car again is a very popular car. It doesn't sell as much as it should, and this is a beautiful body. They really did a nice job on this car. Okay, I mean, you know what? I think this car looks so nice. I want to do a video of this car, so I'm going to do a special video of this car. Okay, all right. Now, James Benito, my favorite customer, James Benito, sent me this important text message. Okay, hey, never bother you, Benito. Okay, the thumbs up count on YouTube during live streams might seem to lag or be inaccurate in real time, but it generally catches up after the stream ends. This is likely due to real-time streaming latencies and YouTube's algorithms needed time to process the engagement data. Here's more details. So that's very good news. So James Benito, my favorite customer, I would say that of all my customers, James Benito, especially, I think his kid was singing his name when I was saying, James Benito. What a nice guy. I mean, okay, so stop with the thumbs up crap. All right, I will stop saying thumbs up, okay? Would you stop? Would you stop? I didn't write that. That was old. So, James Benito. Oh, I see Jim's slot car obsession. That's Jim Benito. I didn't know that. Oh, free CUDA for James Benito. All right, so I'm going to open one of these and I'm going to auction it after I'm done, okay? Because this, I have to show you one of these. This is really a nice looking car. This is a really nice looking car. And I want to show you why this is a car you need to buy. Whenever you see the GTO, you need to start collecting the GTO, okay? And I'm going to go over why this is a beautiful looking car, okay? There's just little things that they've done to this car. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Let me bring it over here. I got to swing this. No, I can do it this. Okay, so let me show you this car. All right, so here are some things that really stand about this car is they've got that decal there, okay? And the front end, look at the detail of the front end. GTO, the way they've got that curve coming in down in there, okay? Almost three-dimensional, all right? And then you got the back end, and then you got GTO right there. And then you got the nice bumper, Pontiac right there. Then you got the logo. You got this beautiful car, Pontiac GTO. I mean, that is what makes slot cars so fun, is getting a GTO. And that is what's so fun, is the way these look. They look so... Now, this is my perspective of a Thunderjet. Thunderjets, to me, give it the realistic... the realistic feel of the car. The realistic feel of the car. So that is a Pontiac GTO SC390, and you've got a black one and a actually a gold one and a burgundy, and that's SC390. And that is car number 4 of the assortment. There's, I think, 6 in, yeah, there's 4. There's 5 in the assortment. No, there's 6, but we're out of the Bel Air, or the El Camino. The El Camino was the only car that sold in this assortment. It's funny because actually the Riviera and the GTO should have actually sold out. These 2 cars and the Pontiac Riviera actually should have been the first 2 to sell out. But of course, everybody thought, oh, okay, the El Camino. Why, I have no idea. But these 2 cars really are the best cars of that assortment, SC390, the GTO. Now, so we have this car right here. So we'll start the bid at $5, okay? So we got $5. Anybody want to bid on this car? It's the GTO, and I'm going to sign it. I'm going to sign it. 1 of 1. 1 of 1. Bryan Young. There we go. Now, we're at $15. Kent Young has bid $15. Can I get 20? Can I get $20? How about $20? We got $20. Douglas has bid $20. Plus, I'm going to send also a autograph of me, because I know everybody wants my picture. Okay, because everybody thinks I'm so beautiful. We got $22 now. We got 2525 in the year 2525. You will be alive. $26. We're at $26. I love that. $26. $28. Douglas is at $28. Okay. $29. $29. Oh Lord. LOL. James Benito. How you doing, James Benito? My buddy, $35. Holy cow, come on. $35. Does anybody want to go higher than $35? 1 of 1. This is 1 of 1. So in about 20 years, it says 10. No, it's 1 of 1 because it's backwards. Everything's backwards here. I'll show you. 1 of 1. Okay, so where are we at? In the year 2525. Handwriting is backwards. Not if I go like this. Because they got these 2. They haven't fixed these cameras yet. All right, going once. Going twice. Going twice. Douglas. For $35, sold. Sold to Douglas for $35. Douglas has bought it for $35. $35. Smooth out the Canadian and Bryan Young relations, because we wanted $35. $35 to Douglas. Okay, so that's a very good deal. That's right, because we don't want to have Canadian bacon. Canadian Bacon, great movie with Jim Candy, or what's his name. Now, the next car we have, in that assortment is probably well, I would say this is, and I can't understand why these have not sold. I just don't understand it. I really don't, because these things sell out any other way. Okay, I just don't think people really understand what they're not getting. Okay, and this is the 1970 Plymouth Barracuda Grand Coupe. Not just the Cuda, but it's the Grand Coupe, because it had a more kind of like a boat looking. And these colors, orange and yellow or green, this is 70s all over it. Lime green. Look at these things. The Cudas were everywhere. That's one thing I can't understand, how a lot of these companies, they just drop their best-selling lines. Plymouth Cuda. Look at that. And that is the 5th car of SC390. You have
This one's empty.
the orange and the lime green.
This one, I need you to look in the sea container for and then look for caps. Bring the caps in. And then any other caps.
Did Daniel tell you what you had to do this morning, Nate?
He hasn't yet. That's why I'm having him do this until Danny.
Have you talked to Daniel yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Do that real quick.
Okay, so
You can
so
stop it at any-
so those are SC390s, okay? Those are your SC390s. Now, this rally collection, these are one of my favorite, and we still have these in stocks. I don't know how we still have these in stock, okay? But these are just beautiful cars. This is the rally assortment. And you got the Blazer. There's 4 cars in this. You got the Ford Escort number 1, which is this one here. You've got the Chevy Blazer, okay, which is awesome. And then you have now we don't have a lot of these left, but we have the pickup trucks, the Datsun 620. I'm just telling you of what cars we still have. And what I always recommend people, we have both of these cars too, Ford Escorts, 1975 Ford Escort. I just try to tell people, if you want to know what we have in the way of cars, and if you have a collection, is you just type in SC3, like 380, for example, or 370, or just type in SC37, or SC38, or SC39, and now list all the different cars that were from SC390s, okay, because we got 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 400. Now we're in the 400s, 401, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we're at 414. You see how it goes? So we just one number, okay? But all these cars are all in stock. Like 392. See, like this car right here, 392. Now we only have 4 of these cars left. And that's the Dodge 1979, 69 Dodge Charger. Then the Bel Airs. Beautiful Bel Airs. Why these are still in stock? I just don't think people have bought all these, honestly. I really don't. I don't think that they realize that these cars are available, okay? Because if they did, they'd buy them. Same thing with these. And they've only done one of these like this. I think I only have one color of the Impalas. Yeah, we do. We only have the tan one. We only have one tan with the scoop in it. Chevy Impala. And then We have the Golden Hawks. For some reason, this car, I don't know what Auto World, I think Auto World should just quit making this. I mean, this is a nice car, but just nobody wants to buy it. The SC392, the Grand Hawk, Studebaker. This car was so far advanced of what GM was making. It's quite ridiculous, actually. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the dealership, the muscle car dealerships. Got the Mustang Boss. Oh, these are sweet looking. I don't understand why we still have these. I don't understand why we still have these. Came out in 23. Look at that. 1970. 302. Holy cow, we still have some of these? Oh my God. See, here's another car that we still have in stock. SC392 or 394. And why we have these in stock, I have no idea. I just don't think people realize that. That's why I've got to constantly go over these cars. Because I guarantee you that we'll sell a half dozen of these over the next couple days. These Corvettes, 1970 Corvettes. This black one with white stripes and orange with black stripes. And they don't do a lot of Corvettes. Auto World does not do a lot of Corvettes. And that's a nice car, too. Nice design. 1970 Corvette. I told you the Corvette story, right? When I was selling cars in 2003. Did I tell you the story of me selling the Corvette? Has anybody heard my Corvette story? Has anybody heard my Corvette story? Corvette story. Corvette story. Has anybody heard my Corvette story? Corvette story today. Has anybody heard? Not me. Well, Douglas hasn't, because Douglas has been watching for less than a year. All right. So I will tell you my Corvette story. So this was in 2003. I was selling cars at Graff Auto Mall in Fostoria, Ohio. Just so everybody knows, I've done just about anything anybody could do in life. So, you know, in less than 2 months, that's right, Douglas, and you're one of my favorites. So anyways, I was selling cars, and we had gotten a trade-in on a Corvette. And a guy traded a Corvette, a 1978 Corvette. Okay, a 78 Corvette. It might have been a 78, maybe it was a 75, or I can't remember exactly what year. I thought it was a 70s, 75, 78. It's in that time frame, okay? Anyways, so the guy traded something, and we got that car on trade, and it all gotten detailed, and so I took it out front of the dealership and put it on the grass, like right out the front. And about a day or two later, I had a guy come in. He said, can I go sit down and look inside that Corvette? I said, sure. He goes, and I was talking to him. He says, yeah, I bought a brand new Corvette in 1978 when I was working at Champion Spark Plugs in Fostoria. That's another company that left the United States and went to China, that we no longer make spark plugs because of NAFTA and all the other stupid things that we've done. That's just a side note. Anyway, so he lost his job, you know, after he just bought that Corvette. He said, I bought it brand new, 1978. And I wanted to check to see if this is the one I'd bought. I go, I don't think it's the one you bought. That was almost 30 years ago. Well, anyway, so he gets inside of it. He looks down at the center console. He lifts up the glove department that was in the center console. He goes, yep, this is the one and he showed me this mark that he had made on this car. He says, this is the car that I bought back in 1978. He goes, how much do you want for this? I go, we want, I think it was like $7,500 or $59. And he goes, you got to be kidding. That's what I paid for it back in 78. And he bought it back. The same amount of money he paid for it in 78, he paid for it as a used car. I'm not kidding. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. He was so happy when he left driving the car that he had bought when in 1978 when he was working for Champion Spark Plugs, and then they closed and he lost his job. Go figure. I mean, seriously, go figure. And that's the Corvette. It was similar design to this Corvette, but 75 was pretty similar to this one. But that's my Corvette story, okay? Good story, Bryan. I know all my stories are good. I've got so many stories. I could tell you stories that would just blow your mind. How about the VW Beetle story? Have I ever told you about the VW Beetle story? Have I ever told you about the VW Beetle story? So I've had three VW. I had, well, four. The last one I shouldn't have. Did I tell you mine? So I had three VW Beetles when I was in the Navy. The first one I was driving it, and I was driving it back. I had a bunch of kids in it, and we were driving back from somewhere. I can't remember. And I just literally blew the motor. It was smoking so bad. I pulled into a gas station, and that was it. And it had bad electrical. Anyways, I sold it to my first class petty officer that was on the ship that I was on for $500. He bought it for $500. Or maybe it was $50. I think he bought it back in 78. That was in 78. And no, 79. 79 is when I did a lot of stuff when I was in Virginia Beach. And then the second one I had was in 1981. And I went to a dealership to get some things fixed. And the guy comes in and says, hey, come here. I go, what? He goes, you need to do something about this car. I go, why? What's wrong? He goes, well, first of all, if you hit something, your body is going to slide right off the chassis because nothing's holding it to the chassis. It's just sitting there. Everything is rusted off. It just sits on top of the chassis. Nothing's holding it to the chassis. And so that's when I traded in and I bought a 1972 blue Super Beetle that was absolutely beautiful. It was beautiful to head and toe. Everything was perfect. It was curved windshield, the curved dashboard. Everything was beautiful. That was the best Beetle they ever made. 1972 Super Beetle. Unbelievable. Loved it. And then I traded it. What an idiot. I traded it for a brand new 1980 Ford Escort. Can you believe it? I traded it for a 1980 Ford Escort. The worst time of my life. Last time I was in a VW Beetle was in 64 as a kid in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, my favorite place. Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. We need to make Puerto Rico our 51st state. Before Canada. Nice place. Too much corruption, unfortunately. Nice place. LOL, not the Escort. I did.
Let's take a look at the
So I had a lot of different cars. So then I bought myself the 1940 Escort, and then I sold it to my brother-in-law that blew the engine because he never changed the oil. And I bought a 1985 and a half Ford Escort. So I bought my first Escort. So just to let you know, economy-wise, in 1980s when Reagan came, Reagan was in office, and at the time, and I bought that car. No, it was the last year of Carter, I think, and I bought that at 18% interest rate. That car, my first car, 18% interest rate. In 1985, after 5 years of Reagan, it was an no, I can't remember what it was. It was like real low rate. I don't know what it was. I know it was like under 8%. And that was a 1985 and a half, brand new car. Got that. And my wife, when we got married, she wrecked it within the first day we were married. Every car that I've had, my wife has done some damage to the car. Now, I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying those are the facts. The one thing that happened that was the most depressing, well, there's two actually. Well, there's so many I can't really count them, but the two that stand out, the first one was my favorite car of all time. Okay, now, except for my Mini Cooper. My Mini Cooper is by far my favorite, but my next favorite would be my RAV4 that we bought. My brother-in-law works for Toyota. He got me a certificate. We got a RAV4, great price, beautiful car. Probably the best car you could ever buy is a RAV4. And I told Tim about back in 2010 or 2012, I said, because they were asking me what car to buy, and I said, buy a RAV4. Now they wanted to buy a 4 Escape. I said, don't. Too many problems. And of course, non-problem. So anyways, so I buy this brand new RAV4, and I'm in my shed, okay? This was 2011, I think, maybe 2010. I'm in my shed, and it's wintertime, and I had the door open for some reason, and all of a sudden, the bulldozer, the plow truck was going through town, and I heard the plow truck come down the street, and all of a sudden I hear this smack. My wife backs into the plow truck and destroys the back end of the RAV4. And I immediately knew what happened. I said, oh my gosh, she did it again. Here we go again. So that was total. So the second one, so when we adopted the 4 kids, we had the RAV4. We couldn't get all the kids in the RAV4. I had to sell it. I had to trade it in and get me so I was going to get a Sienna, Toyota Sienna, which I did. It was a 2010, 2012. It was a very low mileage Sienna, but it was loaded. This Sienna had everything you could put on a Sienna. TVs, it had the headphone systems, it had automatic braking, cruise control. It had everything. I loved it. Beautiful. I had it 1 week. I'm driving down 281. I was actually driving right to my wife's accident, honestly. I was driving on 281. I get a call. She's been in an accident. I said, where are you? I had Mark in the car with me. I said, where are you? She said, on 281 and 199. I said, you got to be kidding. I drive up to this car. Now, thank God nobody was. It's funny about Kathy, whenever she's had an accident, nobody gets hurt in the car. Because she had a driving Kimberly, our oldest that passed away in 2009. She had an accident in 2005 with her in the car, totaled the minivan. I'm telling you, every car that my wife has had an accident. It's unbelievable. So anyways, I drive up to this Toyota Sienna, okay? All right. And it just, and I'm starting to, everybody is okay. And I'm just saying, this This is sad. Just so you know how bad this car looked, and nobody got injured. So the baby, David was a baby at the time, like 2 weeks, maybe a month. We had baby Frankie, baby David. Missy was like 4 years old. Okay. Nobody got hurt. Nobody. She got sideswiped. She was going across the street, got sideswiped, dead on, guy doing 50 miles an hour. Totaled everything in that car. That car, every airbag deployed. Every one of them. The side bags, the front bags, the rear bags, every bag that was in that car deployed. Then I had to go buy a stupid mini Chrysler minivan. Now, I'm not knocking Chrysler minivans because they were very, very, they're a great vehicle in the 80s, okay? All through the 80s, the Chrysler minivan was a very popular vehicle, but they had bad transmissions. Just the worst transmissions you could ever put in a vehicle. But other than that, very versatile and everything. Kathy totaled 2 of those. I don't know how we have insurance right now with the amount of vehicles my wife totals. It's funny. I don't know how I have insurance because my wife totals my vehicles. Now, how many have I totaled? I've had one accident since I got my driver's license. One accident. The court says it was my fault, but I was driving in the road and this guy literally pulled right out into my traffic lane. The judge didn't want to hear it. I said, fine. That was in 1979. That was the last accident that I had in 1979. That I actually, had an accident. You know what I'm saying is that I've hit a car or I've done damage to a vehicle, okay? Now, I've done damage to myself, like my Mini Cooper. We were down in Cincinnati cleaning out this warehouse, and I forgot to get away from one of these yellow poles, and I started to back out, and it just ripped off my driver's mirror, scratched the door, just totally, terrible. So I just told you, those are just little stories, okay? Kathy knew how to get new cars every few months. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. There's one car that she didn't like. I bought one of I had gotten the HHR for ProTinker, or when I was with SCX. And then I decided to buy a stick shift HHR, which was kind of a mistake. She never liked that car. And then I ended up getting the RAV4. We bought the RAV4. And that was by far my favorite car, is the RAV4. And the Mini Cooper. So in 2016, we had been doing pretty good. Sales were great. We had just come off with the big sale with Kim, and I was flush with cash. And on a Saturday, I just said, dear, I'm going to go buy a car. Because I hadn't bought a brand new car for myself since 1980. And so I decided, where am I going to go? And I said, well, I'm going to go to Detroit. I'm going to go up to Ann Arbor of Mini. And I find this Mini Cooper. I said, I love this. This is awesome. They gave me a good trade-in for my my View, my Toyota, what was that? XB. Nice car. I love my XB too. Anything Toyota, you're gonna be okay with. If you buy any Toyota, you're gonna be okay. Sounds like my daughter Stevie. One cable in a huge empty parking lot, and she had to back up my new car into it. Oh, of course. I would have filed for divorce in that point. Well, you know what, Snuggles? for good or for worse. Okay, that's what I told Kathy is that even though you can't drive, I will still love you. Okay, because oh my gosh. All right, so now going on. Let's move on. Now these cars have not been selling very well. And you might ask why. And I would say the same question. I don't know why. There are 4 different of these cars. There's only 4 cars. That's what's so awesome. And everybody should get these because these are no longer, they lost the license to these cars. And I don't know why people aren't buying these cars. And major damage, but hard to imagine. So there are only 4 cars. 2 of them are Thunderjet and 2 of them are 4 gear. Just for the 4 gears alone, you should buy them. And these are nice colors too. And they can't do these anymore because Auto World lost the license. And this is SC 395. It came out in 23. It came out at August of 23. I can't believe it, 23, 2 years ago. It just seems like so much time has gone by. I mean, my goodness. Hello. I'm gonna have to take a nap.
All right.
What are you doing?
I'm just talking to the owner of the store. This BCY service order, is there anything in particular we need to know about it?
No, just pack it up. Let me know when it's packed.
Okay. And then I've looked for this. I can't find it here. Is this?
What is it?
The pit kit, TRX 105.
I know they don't. I don't know where he's put all the pit kits.
Okay.
It should be outside.
Okay, and then you do need
What?
to zero, or we can zero.
What?
All the die casts on eBay.
Yeah.
That needs to happen.
Yes.
So.
You need to get on that.
Okay, I mean, if you.
Where are all the cars?
They're in Sea Container 3 in 2 boxes. So. And I based it. I should have told you this yesterday. It was based off of cars. So 2-pack was 2. Everything else was 1. That's what the number was based off of, right? So like if it was 2 cars but there weren't many 2-packs.
Oh, I see.
So
how many 2-packs?
I don't know. I counted them as one single item.
Okay, so 2-packs was a single car.
Or 2-packs was 2 cars. I did it based off of cars, but those bigger cars, right? There were 64 of them. I counted those as 1, so I felt it was fair, right?
What are you talking about?
So like the tug and tow.
Yeah.
Right, all those big ones, there were 67 of those, but I counted them all.
Right, okay.
So I think it was fair to do just based off of car. Container 3.
Okay, so the cars. So the first 2 are the classic comic book 1968 Batmobile, the classic comic book 1968 Batmobile, black and blue. So they did kind of a black and blue varnish. And these are nice cars. They didn't do a lot of these. They haven't done a lot of these comic book Batmobiles. Okay. I think they should do this car, but not with Batman. Just do it as a classic classic car. Wonder how that would sell. And these are Thunderjets right here. These are the comic book versions. The black and the blue. And then you have the blue 4 gear. We gotta have plenty of these in stock. These are nice. And then this is the damaged one. Okay, the damaged Batmobile, black. And this is SC395. Pretty nice, huh? SC395. Pretty sweet, huh? 395, huh? Yes, sirree. And then moving into the, see, these were small assortments. They came out with these small assortments. They were like 4 cars to an assortment. So there's only 4 cars. There's no 2 colors. There's no double paint jobs. They're just 4 different cars as an assortment. And this is the America's Finest, your police cars. You got your most popular police car, the Plymouth Fury, 1978 Plymouth Fury. Beautiful Plymouth Fury. My dad loved the Plymouth Fury. That's one thing I do remember in the 70s. He had a lot of 1970, because we lived in Connecticut, or he lived in Connecticut in 78, all through the 70s, because he worked for Stop and Shop Corporation, and we lived in New Haven. And I remember he had several Plymouth Furies. I remember that's the one he had, because I got in my driver's license. I was able to drive one year when I was there that summer, because I had a job at Stop and Shop. He got me a job at Stop and Shop. I was 17, or I think 18, 17. I didn't get along with my stepmother. She was I call her the witch. She was the witch bitch. I didn't get along with my stepmother at all. If you put alcohol in her, she was like the incarnate of Satan. Now, I had a lot of fun with my dad. My dad, he kind of understood me, but he didn't. I was just kind of an odd kid, but, I wouldn't say that my dad was mean to me in the sense that he never put me down. You know what I'm saying? He would teach me things, but he never put me down. He understood that I was different, especially when I burnt my bedroom down 10 years before that in Northfield, Ohio. I lit my curtain on fire and almost burnt the house down. He knew that I was odd, especially when they gave me a toolkit and I started taking doors off the hinges. He knew that his son was a little odd, and I wouldn't say I would never say I had a bad childhood. I had a fun childhood. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed spending summers with my dad because he lived in Connecticut. He had a cabin cruiser, and I love the water. And there was a sailboat friend that gave him a sailboat that I could use when I was in this, and I could go sailing on Long Island, and we would go on the boat and the weekend, and we would go to Martha's Vineyard, and we would just go to all the islands along Long Island, and I just had fun. I think that's the best word, is fun. I had a good childhood. I had the 70s. I'll admit this. People want to knock the 70s, like the 70s show and all that. I had a great. The 70s was awesome to me. I just, then by 1980, I was on submarines and in Connecticut at the sub base again. And my dad, I would go visit him on weekends. He lived in New Haven, and I'd drive to my dad in New Haven, and had a lot of fun there. All right, so I got off a tangent again. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off onto. But anyway, my dad loved the Plymouth Fury, and then you got the Dodge Monte Carlo, which was probably the number 1 selling car in Chicago for the Blues Brothers. They must have destroyed 1 million of these. And this is a 74 Dodge Monte Carlo. Then you've got the Palms Beach, Florida Police 1977 Chevy Blazer. Now, here is why vehicles cost so much money versus a 70s Blazer. I remember going to Cedar Point in a Chevy Blazer. And the Chevy Blazer was more of a work truck. Nowadays, they've got them so decked out that all this extra crap that's in them, they're not just a utility vehicle. This used to be a utility vehicle. It was all, you had seats up front, but in the back it was open. Open. There was nothing there. It was like a van. And these were work vehicles. They're work vehicles. Nowadays, they have to put all this crap in them. And then you have the new tooling of the 2021 Dodge Charger SRT, the Sandy Springs Police Department. 2021. And all 4 of these are available. And this is SC396, 97. All 4 of these cars, the same with the police cars. Or not police cars, but the Batmobiles. Now, SC398 were sold out. We got OK used cars. Hey, don't do that again. What are you doing? SC384. 384. I like to tease him. You know, it's like teasing my kids. You know that? Xavier is like teasing my kids. You know, it's so much fun. He's just fun to tease. 394. 384. 384. A Mustang and a Camaro. Number 6.
Just waiting.
Really? Are you just waiting? Or are you just waiting? Let's see here. 9, 8, 8, 1. These better be right? Because you just inventoried them, correct?
Yeah.
So he just can't smile. He just can't smile. It's absolutely amazing how this guy has no. He can't break a smile.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey, thank you there, Xavier. And then I found out yesterday he likes Mac Henry better than me. Can you believe it? He likes working with Mac because he thinks Mac Henry relates to him better. I think, what the heck are you talking about? I don't know if Xavier knows exactly what he's talking about. I'm just a nice guy that wants to be nice to everyone. Unbelievable. Can you believe that? He actually said that last night. He says, I said, who do you like work to better? Do you like to work with me or with Mac Henry? Mac Henry. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I here then? Why am I doing any of this? That's what I told you guys on Monday. And everybody was upset. Oh no, Bryan's going to quit. I'm not going to quit. Oh, here he comes again.
If you don't mind, please.
Pardon me?
If you don't mind, please.
Okay, why would I mind? Why would I mind with you? Why? Why do you think I would mind, huh? Just give me one reason why I would mind.
Not sure.
Okay. 377. These are all 377s and 401 and 402. All right, so we got 401, 401, and 402. Here's 401 right here. Oh, wow, that's a nice one. Oh, that's a nice one. 402. The 1970 Dodge Challenger. Holy guacamole. Now, $397. No, $377. Oh my gosh, that's a good assortment. Holy moly, that's a good assortment. $377. This is what people love, is they love to get online and then they find all these cars that they're missing. So these are the icons. Look at these. And those are sold out. You can't get them anymore. So when you got, now we've got the OK used cars. Now these all should be correct because Xavier, if they're not, I'm going to smack Xavier. And these are all expired. So they bought both the convertible GTOs. I'm going to go up to Xavier and I'm going to smack him if they're not correct. I'm going to give him a big kiss. That's what I'll do. I'll give Xavier a big kiss. Now we've got Plymouth Cuda. Oh, that's right. This is a nice car too, this Cuda. And they bought both the Cudas. They bought both colored of the Cudas. Oh, yes. They got the black one. The black one with red stripes. And they got the turquoise Cuda. 1970 Cuda. So they got those two cars. And then they got number 5, which is the Dodge Charger Copper. Copper and orange or pink. And they didn't get the pink one. They got this copper one. This copper is probably the best color combination you could have come out with. All right, calm down, Brian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't get the bomber upset. How have you to get his pay from Mac then? Hi, light up when him and Mac are together. Yeah, you know why? Do you know why Xavier and Mac Henry like to talk to you? Because they both talk this weird. Mac Henry or Xavier, he's only 23. Okay, Xavier's just a child. You know, he's just experimenting his life. You know, he hasn't really experienced life yet. He's only 23. You know what I'm saying? So, Brian, did you miss the news? Brian, did you miss the news from Auto World? Okay, so what news? Tell me the news that I missed. I just probably haven't said it yet. So go ahead and tell me what it is. Go ahead and tell me what the news is. No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's go take these cars to Xavier. My favorite, Xavier. I wouldn't say he's my favorite. He's just he's an odd cookie. You know what I'm saying? He's what you call he's a video game geeker. That's what he is. He loves video games, and he's just one of those type of video game geekers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what he's like, and it would be dangerous. So this new movie that's coming out called Electric State, where they make these VR things go over your head, where you just sit there playing games till you're dead. You know, dangerous. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. Right, Xavier? He won't say a word. He only will talk to Mac Henry. Well, not me. He only talks to Mac Henry. Here, make up an order for Douglas Burchell for $35. Right now. This second, right now. I want it done now. Douglas Burchell, right now, $35. Right, move it. No, don't tell me no, hold on. Don't ever tell me to hold on. Douglas Burchell for $35. And take that car out of inventory. Okay, so we've got, we covered those cars, okay? And we are now beginning to sell. So we sold the last Richard Petty out. We're sold out of Richard Petty. I knew it would sell out sooner or later, and these are almost sold out. Okay, so I let me just tell you this right now. Okay, if you don't buy one of these within the next, by the end of the month, you won't get any more of these. These are gone. Okay, so if you haven't bought one of these yet, and you would like to have one in your collection, I would do it today. Okay, Robert Fish, I thought there was going to be a report on the trip. Okay, report on the trip. Let me see here now. Okay, I thought, sounds like he needs to quit playing video games and find a woman and get lucky. Yes, I agree. He needs to find a wife, yes. Needs to make slot car video game. Oh, my meeting with AutoWorld? 100%. 100%. 100%. We had a great meeting. We told them about some of the issues I had with the amp chassis, and they know, some people don't like them. It's like UNM. UNM does not like cam motors. I don't like cam motors. I like pancake motors. That's all there is to it. I told them about different things about the wobbling axle and how they need to figure out a way to change the chassis to where and that is the way the axle is inserted on your Thunderjets. Just little details on how to improve performance on the original Thunderjet chassis. And they're aware of that, and it's things that they're constantly improving, okay, at AutoWorld. He made a mention that that Hobby Lobby loves the new sets. They're finding out that consumers like some new product, and that's what it's all about, is getting new product in the store, a new concept, and the more we get people buying slot car sets, the more we sell then more cars. Because obviously, Hobby Lobby can only carry so many cars. And I've made this 100 times, and I'm going to make this comment again. So when Hobby Lobby buys this assortment, for example, let me just use this as an example. So this is SC412, okay? This is the off-road cars, SC412. All right? So Hobby Lobby will probably get about a case, one of these per store. Just one, okay, at one time. And so if you've got collectors that are going in there grabbing one or two cars, there's only 8 in here. So that means the odds of them selling out of these 4 cars, 100%. And that's why I come in. I don't care what they're selling them for, because if a guy wants to finish his collection, he's not going to get it at Hobby Lobby. Now, if he's there as soon as that stuff comes out, a guy might buy them all. Okay, he might get lucky. Okay, it's like what's his name? The mayor. Okay, he posted a video a couple of days ago about going to Hobby Lobby. Because he wants to get those $19.99 deals. I get it. Listen, I could do $19.99, okay, on old stuff, which we're thinking about doing, is going to $19.99 on older stuff, just to clear it out, so that when we get the new stuff in, we can buy more of the newer stuff. And so that is a consideration that we're doing, is if a car is taken off of MAT pricing, we automatically put it at $19.99. On the older AutoWorld stuff. Because then we'll clear out all of our older cars, and then our new stuff comes in. Now, the problem with that would be, well, then people would wait until, but then they wouldn't, because they don't know if they're going to get it or not. They want it part of their collection. Okay. Now, the reason they have it at $19.99 at AutoWorld is because AutoWorld is 60% of their production run, or 50% of their production run. And that's why AutoWorld does so much with, or Hobby Lobby does so much with Auto World. And that's why they can keep them at $19.99. And they're getting them at a good price too. When the news Auto World restock. When's the new Auto World restock? We're getting new stuff next week. We're getting SC 413 and some other stuff. Bryan, could it be they use cheap axle materials that is inconsistent size? No, it's not. So here's what happens with Thunderjets. Why Thunderjets has their problem. And I'll show you right here. Now, I don't know if I can show you in high detail, but here's why. Matter of fact, Mike, Silent Mike showed me this too. So your Thunderjet chassis, I'm going to show you this. You notice these ridges on your axle? You see those ridges on your axles? Well, they have to go through that hole where the axle is. And that then makes that hole wider, which allows it to wobble. They need to figure out a way to get that axle on without that. And the only way to do that is to press that gear on a smaller axle so that it fits firm without those ridges. See those ridges? They're wider than the axle, okay? And they need to be the same dimension of the axle if they're going to go through that hole right there, okay? Now, some people say, well, it could be the pinion gear. It's not a metal gear, and that could be too. But if you look at the, hold on a second. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to find where all these. So here is a TFX chassis. Now the TFX chassis all has copper. All copper. Now you notice the axle is pressed on, but it doesn't have the ridges. Notice the ridges. Okay? There's no ridges on that axle. And so that axle, it doesn't vibrate. Watch. See that? There's no vibration. It's a smooth turn. Okay? And that's why people love these TFX chassis. Okay? That's why they like the TFX chassis. And we have plenty of the black ones. So if you buy a, and I got to figure out, because we were supposed to do a special listings of these TFXs with the black, with a chassis. Because he doesn't want me to sell these in bulk. So I got to put tires on them. But that's a way that you can figure that out. Notice how nice yes, I totally understand that, okay? But you have to understand, Robert Fish, that a TFX chassis is twice the cost of an Auto World chassis. Is because they're handmade in the United States, okay? They don't make them in China because they don't want them to do in China, okay? And that's why they're twice as much. it's called supply and demand. It's, you know, now does Auto World want to make them, you know, in a different factory? Well, you know, that had to be their decision. Seems it wobbles on both sides of the chassis. Should only wobble on one end. The reason. No, I agree. That's why I like the TFX chassis. If somebody wants a premium chassis, the TFX chassis is the way to go. Okay. The TFX chassis are the way to go. Okay. And so if you want to get a better chassis and a better run for your money, and you want a nice smoother chassis and a nice smoother drive, then a TFX chassis is the way to go. Just do a TFX chassis. That's all you have to do. Okay. I do know if you squeeze the front wheels in tightly, the front axle will fold like wet noodles. Yes. Yes, it is a inexpensive toy chassis. Yes, I agree. And it is a aluminum. I wouldn't say it's aluminum, but it is a cheap steel. Yes, I agree there. Okay. But again, it's not, you know, you're trying to get to the lowest cost you possibly can, but still be, they still sell thousands of Thunderjet chassis, okay? And they are a nice chassis overall. Now, I know you're not complaining, Robert. You never would complain. No, I totally agree, Robert. I'm on your side today, Robert. I totally agree. And I know you're not complaining because that's not your nature, Robert. I totally agree. I want to be on the same page as Robert Fish today, okay? The only thing that I wish would fix is the cameras on YouTube. I don't know why they haven't fixed that. For the love of Mike, it's such a simple thing to do. So we've covered about 5 different cars today. I hope that was exciting, okay? Now we are going to be, we do need to close out Scalextric. We need to get rid of all of Scalextric. And we're going to have a massive sale on Scalextric because we've got to clear out everything Scalextric. So I guess the only way to say this is, if you want to buy Scalextric and you want to buy it in a group of it and save some money, you would have to call me, okay? And we would give you a bulk price, okay? You'd have to buy $1,000 or more. Okay, John Miller. Hi, Bryan. I'm a new. I love John Miller. I love new people. Okay, so let's listen to what John Miller has to say. Okay, TFX chassis are $34.99. Exactly right. Hi, Bryan. I am new to the channel. Do you sell any of the parts of the Aurora AFX parts from the 60s, 70s? I'm trying to rebuild my childhood cars. Okay, we have some parts, but a lot of them have been discontinued. Okay, and the best place to get parts, if you're looking for Aurora cars or AFX cars, we have some parts, but like, for example, there's the Cleveland show. There are several hobby shows around the country that you can get a lot of aftermarket parts. We did have a lot of aftermarket parts, but a lot of that stuff has dried up. Okay. One of the biggest persons that had it was Kim at REH, and she went out of business. Guys, would you pay a couple of bucks more for a better Auto World chassis, or would you rather buy aftermarket chassis? A lot of people like to buy aftermarket. The problem, Robert, and I know what you're going in, and I totally agree, and that's why Auto World is trying to do the AMP chassis. They're trying to get a better chassis at a lower cost of manufacturing so they can get a higher quality, okay? Everybody, the fact of the matter is, no matter what Auto World does, people are going to tell other people that it's garbage. It's just the way it is. But believe me, I've been doing this for 36 years or 26 years. No matter how good is something you come out with, somebody's going to bash it. All right, and that's fine. That's just, people just want to bash things. But we have some parts. Some of the parts, like for example, the pit kits that Auto World makes will work on some of your AFX cars, but some of the parts are a little differently in design. Tires, we have tires, springs and commutators. You can use ours. We have plenty of those. We have plenty of pit kits for Tyco and AFX. We do have parts for some AFX the new AFX cars by Race Masters and the, like for example, this one right here. So this is the SRT, and this is a good SRT. This was for most of your Tomy cars, and this will work fine, this is part number 8996. So we have a lot of different parts that will work, but some aren't exactly the same. But there are a lot of trade shows around that you can get it. That is a noble ambition for Auto World. And that's what I keep telling them, Robert. I keep talking to Auto World. Hey, here's how you can make your cars better. Listen, that's what they did that's what they did. That's why this happened right here. I told them that you needed to take your lights, the light thing, and put it on the side. This is because I told them to do that. Okay, right here. You see that right there? Before that, they were soldering a wire. They were soldering a wire right here on a little metal plate. Bad idea. And I told them to go. Every time I tell them and I sit down and I have a nice conversation with them, I give them all these tips and ideas. And that's what I can only do. Now, here's something that's really big news. I didn't tell you this because I forgot. So Richard, at the end of this conversation we had yesterday, because he had talked to a couple dealers that were at Toy Fair. Oh, I got to calm down. Oh, man. I can't scream like that anymore. It's just too much, actually. And so Richard said that, hey, Bryan, do you think it would be good to have a round robin or a kind of like a little convention where we bring people from all over the country and we have a meeting for a weekend. Round 2 will be there and we just talk about different ideas. I said, that's the greatest thing you could ever do. I said, let me know when you want to do it. I'll get a hold of everybody and we'll do it. We'll get anybody that wants to show up. We'll just have this big round table. We'll all sit around the table, all giving ideas. That's how we make things better. I know, Bryan, I was one of the people encouraging you to confront Auto World about the issues. I know you have been, Robert. I know. I'm going to make a plaque for you, Robert, saying that you're my second in command, okay? Okay, Robert, I'll get a plaque for you that says second in command, okay? It's little steps. It's baby steps. It's one thing at a time. You can't change overnight. And I tried. Believe me, I tried with SCX. I tried with Scale Electric. I tried with every company out there. All right, so we have a deal here. I got a deal here, right here. Back to the Future. All right, we got 6 Back to the Future cars. I have a case of 6. Okay? I have a case of 6 Back to the Future cars. What's the item number? 3707. right here. Back to the Future. I got 6 of them. 6 of these. All right, you got 6 Back to the Future cars. Okay? 6. Six cars. 6 times 50 is what? $300, right? $300. 6 times 50 is 300. So 6 times 40 is what? 240? 240. 6 times 40 bucks. 40 bucks. You can have all 6 of them for 240 bucks. 240 bucks. We're going to be doing this next week. We're going to be selling everything SCX. I got to get rid of it because we're bringing in SCX Digital. 240, 300. 6 times 40 is 300. Yeah, you're right. 6 times 40. No. 6 times 40 is 240. Yeah, it's 240. That's what the whole case is, 240. That's a great deal. Hi, Bryan. Looked online. It was your out of stock AFX chassis. Any colors? Let's see, Bryan. Looked online. It was. Okay, what are you talking about? It says out of stocks on AFX chassis. Which AFX chassis? Auto World or Race Masters? Well, we got those in stock. No, we have 174 extraction chassis. So if you want a replacement chassis for your Aurora cars, if you just want a replacement chassis for your Aurora cars, then just get an extraction chassis. Just get a whole new chassis. Or you can get an assortment of cheaper cars that we have on sale and just strip the bodies from them. Because we have a lot of cars that we have overstock on, and we always have good sales on those, and that's how you can do that too. Okay, guys, my battery is, I've got a headache. I don't have a headache, my battery is dying really quick here. And so I'm going to go take a nap and kind of recharge my dwindling battery. Don't forget to check out our chassis. Check out our wonderful stuff here. Oh, yes, one last thing. The artwork has been sent to China, and so I talked to them, kind of rough numbers. So they think that we'll probably have our sample, hoping to get samples, but we're hoping to get our sample by mid-April or before the Cleveland show. That's what we'd like to have before the Cleveland show. And we should have these semis, if everything goes right and there's no delays, we should have these by mid-June or the end of June. Because I kind of gave them a timeline. I said, well, they probably might get done by the end of May, maybe on the boat by end of May, maybe here by July, maybe. So end of June, that's when it's going to be here. And we're going to have, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we've got everything here all set. This is my little game table. I'm going to take a nap because I think I've overdone it today. I am not fully recovered. I'm not fully recovered because I had a concussion a month ago tomorrow. I fell a month ago. Can you believe it? It's been 1 month. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We have 64 people. I've got to figure out how to change the... It seems like we've got more people now watching at the end of the show than at the beginning of the show. I guess, what should I do? How should I change that? These are the semis. Check these out. Those are sweet. Rock hard. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask him. I wanted to ask him how Loves did this year. Everybody misses the beginning. All I can tell you is just go watch it from the start. Here comes Daniel. Now he's coming. Take care of everyone. Well, guys, I'm going to sign off. I think I've had it for the day. I got a headache.
You doing all right?
No.
I got everybody calling me, telling me you're dying.
Okay, first of all, they're not calling you until I'm dying. Okay, you guys got to quit calling Daniel. I don't need Daniel lecturing me, okay? 2 hours is about all I can do nowadays. And this one, I got 56 people watching. Well, don't forget to share this with all your friends. We will see you tomorrow, race night. I might do some little techie tomorrow upstairs in the shed. I'm building that new layout, and I might do a live stream. Do you want me guys to do a live stream of that upstairs in the shed? How many want a live stream upstairs in the shed? Around 1 o'clock. How many want to see a live stream at 1 o'clock in the shed upstairs? How many thumbs up? Yes, got 1 yes. We got me, we got 2 yeses. We got 3 yeses, 4 yeses. We got 4 yeses. We need 53 yeses. We got 4, 5 yeses. 6 yeses. We got 6 yeses. We got 7. No, that doesn't count, Rod Rodriguez. We got 7 yeses, 8 yeses, 9 yeses. Man, you guys are slow typing. Unbelievable. Okay, so we're gonna have some yeses there. So we will see you guys tomorrow morning. I got to give Xavier a hug. Well, no, it's not something you have to pass. It's something. It's free, Xavier. I'm just gonna give you a hug. What?
Expressing his gratitude.
It's not something you can pass on, Xavier. You understand what I'm saying?
And then what's the number on it?
Xavier, right?
Where's my box?
But what? What are you trying to say, Xavier?
It's right here.
Nothing. The number's on it.
Oh, the numbers. Okay.
Everybody wants to know why you don't want to give me a hug.
4025.
Xavier?
Hey, did you order more of those those bags?
Why do I? Yeah, the only problem with these
What's the problem with them?
is that this is the wide body chassis, is that we don't have any of the components for it. So you literally have to take everything from the old one and put on this. You got to use up all the other ones too. That
Yeah,
we
we're
have.
gonna use them all up, but
Okay.
just letting you know.
No, I won't buy more of those two. All the other ones use up because which one do you like the most?
This one.
Okay, then use up all the other ones first.
All
then
right,
I'll
we can
buy
do
more
that.
of those.
I'm just letting you know.
I know you.
keeping
I
the
know.
loop.
Believe me.
I gotta
I know.
start, and then in 3 months.
Oh my
In
gosh.
3 months, you'll finally.
Okay, don't forget to get your golf car on order. This is available for order right now. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna
Just get Daniel upset. Did you tell what's name what he had to do today?
Who?
Nate.
See, this is the thing, Daniel. I tell you things last night.
Yeah, you should put it in text because I forgot what
Goodbye.
you told me to do.